This week's parasha, parashat Balak, we have the cool story of Bilaam, the evil prophet, and his donkey, the aton of Bilaam. So I heard a nice Dvar Torah from Rabbi Ziering that puts the idea of the talking donkey in a nice perspective. So it's a wild, wild story. So the parasha starts off with the evil king Balak wanting to destroy the Jewish people. He has an idea. Let me go hire the evil prophet Bilaam, and he sends messengers, and this whole negotiations back and forth, because Bilaam is known to be this eloquent prophet. Actually, the Midrash says that there's no prophet in the Jewish people like Moshe Rabbeinu, but Hashem made sure that even the non-Jews had a prophet, and there's a certain comparison between Bilaam and Moshe Rabbeinu, which we're going to try to compare. But Bilaam is this eloquent prophet who knows how to use God's names to curse people, to bless people. And Balak convinces him, Bilaam, you're going to go and curse the Jewish people. And Bilaam finally says yes, and he's on his way there riding his donkey. And along the way, the donkey starts doing crazy thing. It starts hitting up against a wall. It's just not going straight. And eventually, Bilaam gets very angry, starts beating his donkey. And then all of a sudden, the donkey opens up its mouth and says to Bilaam, they have this whole conversation like an old married couple. Like, what are you doing to me? I've been so good to you. I've been one of your best workers. You rode me all the time. Why are you hitting me? And Bilaam is like, because you're not going straight. He goes, I'm not going straight because there's angels out here trying to kill you. Don't you see? And then God opens up Bilaam's eyes. He sees the angels. He realizes that the donkey was correct. And a wild story. The most wild part of the story is that this donkey opens up its mouth and starts speaking. And that's like a side thought in the story. Like nobody really deals with that in the actual storyline. It's like out of nowhere, a donkey is talking. That's the craziest thing in the entire world. So what's going on over here? Why is the donkey talking? What's the lesson going on over here? So here's the idea that I heard from Rabbi Ziering. So it's true. What took place is a massive miracle. The only reason why the donkey can speak is because the Torah tells us, Vayiftach Adonai et pi ha'aton, because God opened up its mouth. This is a miracle. This couldn't happen without God. And it's clear because there's angels all around and Bilaam's a prophet. It's clear this is a godly idea. But here's the idea. The Midrash compares the evil Bilaam prophet to Moshe Rabbeinu, our Navi. And why? Because they both have these great abilities. But there's another comparison that relates very much to our story. Because this is not the first time that this whole language of a peh, of a mouth, comes up in the Torah. If we rewind back to Parashat Shemot. Back in Parashat Shemot, God is trying to pick Moshe Rabbeinu. Moshe, I want you to be the leader of the Jewish people. And Moshe keeps arguing with God for a week straight. No, don't pick me. I'm not good enough. And then one of the arguments that Moshe Rabbeinu says to God, he says, Hashem, I'm not an ish devarim. He says, Hashem, lo ish devarim anochi, gam mitmo gam bishoshom. I don't give good divrei Torah. I'm not eloquent. I'm not a leader. People aren't going to follow me. God, please don't pick me. And God responds to him, Vayomer Adonai elav, mi sam peh la'adam. God tells Moshe Rabbeinu, who gives a person a mouth? I decide who could speak. I give the people the talents. Don't you see, Moshe Rabbeinu? Who gives the person the peh? Back in our parasha, the exact same thing. Who gives the donkey the peh? It's God. God is saying, I am in charge of people's talents. And here's the big difference between Moshe Rabbeinu and Bilaam. While Bilaam naturally was dealt these cards from God to be a great eloquent speaker, he knows how to use God's names, he knows how to speak, he knows how to be a leader. Those are his skills. But ultimately, what is man? Man is what you do with those skills. Moshe Rabbeinu wasn't born with as a great orator. He doesn't have these skills of the eloquence. But God tells him, that's not what it's all about. You know what it's about? It's the ratzon. It's your will. What's your desire? Moshe Rabbeinu's ratzon was to save the Jewish people, was to fight for the Jewish people, to be a leader for Hashem and for Bnei Israel. That's what Moshe was all about. So God says, if that's your ratzon, so I'll give you all the rest of the skills, because the skills are in you. You're what you do with your skills. I'll make you eloquent. I'll give you a peh. That's not what's hard. What's hard is to have the right desire, the right ratzon to want to do the right thing, and that's Moshe Rabbeinu. Bilaam is the exact opposite. He's born with all the skills. He could speak. He's all eloquent. He's this prophet. But his ratzon is in the wrong place. He wants money. He has his desires. He ultimately wants to destroy the Jewish people as well. Hashem says your will's in the wrong place. So you know what? I'm going to teach you a lesson, Bilaam. When you're going to open up your mouth, you're going to want to curse the Jews. I'm going to make a bracha come out. And you know what? You know who's going to teach you the lesson that you really have no power at all? Your donkey. That stupid donkey there that doesn't know how to speak. He's going to speak now because you know what? I'm in charge of the mouth. It's not you, Bilaam. I'm going to give the donkey the peh. He's going to see the angels. He's going to have clarity in life. He's going to know what to do. And you're going to open up your mouth to curse the Jews, and a beracha is going to come out. That's the lesson over here. You have yourself two people, Moshe and Bilaam. Moshe is the Navi of the Jewish people. Bilaam is the Navi of the non-Jews. They're mirror images, the exact opposite images of each other. Moshe Rabbeinu starts off, no ability to speak, but he has the right ratzon. Bilaam, the exact opposite. He has the ability to speak, but he has the wrong ratzon. What does Hashem do? Hashem gives Moshe Rabbeinu all of the strengths. He gives him the eloquence. He gives him the baracha. He gives Moshe the peh. And in this week's parasha, with the crazy story of the donkey, and later on with the curses that are the blessings that are going to come out of his mouth instead of curses, Hashem ultimately teaches that lesson to Bilaam, that ultimately Hashem gives us the skills. We are all about, what is man all about? How we use those skills, how we want to use those skills, how we use our free will. Shabbat Shalom.